Hi, today I'm going to show you guys how you can play the saddest of them all, the saddest chord progression in the history of jazz, at least in my opinion. And that's the 2-5-1 progression to minor. So this is a minor 2-5-1 progression that we're going to discuss today, and I'm going to show you a specific voicing that you can do when you play ballads. And when you play up-tempo stuff, you would probably play it different, and I will show you that next time. So, without further ado, let's have a look. The 2-5-1 progression, if you are playing in a major key, is fairly simple. So let's say you play in C major 7. That's the 1 chord, because that's the first note in the scale. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 1. So then the chords would be like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And probably you know that. And if you don't, that's fine. So a 2-5-1 progression would be the second chord, which is a D minor 7, to G7, and then back to C. But that's in major, right? And what happens when you play that in a minor? So instead of playing in C major, the key was C minor. Then it's fairly easy as well, if you know what you're doing. And what you do then is that you think of the E flat scale, because E flat is the parallel key to C minor. So that means it's got the same amount of flats as E flat scale, right? So E flat scale would be like this. So that's E flat scale. And when you play that within the chords, we're starting on C minor, because C minor would then be the first chord, C minor, and then the second chord would be a D minor with a flat 5. And why that flat 5? That's a question, right? Because when you play the E flat scale, you don't play the A, right? So that's why we flatten the 5th of the chord. So the second chord in a dominant, in a 2-5-1 progression to minor, would be a minor 7 with a flat 5. And the third chord, major 7, E flat major 7. And then the fourth chord is an F minor 7. And then the fifth chord, and here's the exception. So keep this in mind. When you play a 2-5-1 progression, it's always minors, except for the dominant 7. On the dominant 7, you play it as if it was just a normal 7. So in this case, it would be a G7. All right, so 2-5-1 to C minor is like this: D minor 7 to G7, and then to C minor 7. But I will show you a specific voicing that I've been using when I'm playing ballads. And for this, I would need some bass, please. Thanks. And this is the sad kind of voicing that it sounds good, I think, but it sounds quite sad as well. So be careful when you use it. So we're gonna have a look at the D minor 7 again. D minor 7, but now instead of playing the... Okay, so we got the root, and then we got the minor, and then we got the flat 5, and then we got the 7. But instead of playing the minor, you actually play the 11th instead. So you're playing the G instead of the F. Okay? So, and then you change to G just by moving one note down, like this. So it's going to be like this. The bass is playing the root, and you're playing the 5th, and then you're adding the root again, and then of course you're adding the flat 9 and the 3rd. And then we're going to go and continue. Now, instead of landing on the C minor 7 like this, we will play like this. So we're going to add a major 7 first, like this, and then a normal 7, like this. So once more, it's going to be like this. And then you can continue that all around the whole circle of fifths. So it's going to be like this. And now we're getting a little bit dark, so I like to put it up here. Or you could play it on here, but I like it better here. And now we're around. And what you can also do is to resolve on the one chord, you can resolve the 9 back to the root. So it's going to be like this. So you're just adding the root somewhere that you think it fits in. And when we use this voicing in a ballad, it could sound like this. While this ballad is playing and the snow is falling, here is a summary of the 2-5-1 concept in minor. When you play in a minor key, you're mostly using the notes from the parallel key that is a minor third step above. So for example, you play a tune in C minor, the parallel key is E flat major. In C minor, the chords and the scale are the same as an E flat major, and the one chord to minor is the same as the sixth chord to the major key, and the 2 chord to the minor key is the same as the 7th chord to the major key, and so on. The only exception when you play in a minor key is the 5 chord, and this is a normal chord with a major third and a minor 7. So again, the 2-5-1 progression would be a minor 7 with a flat 5 on the 2 chord, then a major triad with a minor 7 as the 5 chord, and then a minor 7 as the 1 chord. In this little lesson, I've shown you a specific voicing that you can use when you play 2-5-1s in a ballad such as this one. When you play medium swing or up-tempo tunes, you would probably play a different voicing that I will show you in part 2. As usual, I've created an exercise for you to get to know this chord progression, and you can get this by clicking on the link under this video. And if you like this video and want more, please hit like, subscribe and share. Just a last word on the ballad style like this one. I said that the 2-5-1 to minor is the saddest chord progression. However, and that's the good thing, what I love about playing this music is that it's really calming and relaxing, both for you as the jazz pianist as well as the listener. So here's an extra tip for you. When you play this kind of music, make sure you create an ending of hope and not depression. And that's why I always like to end these kinds of tunes in major. So, thanks for watching. I will see you next time. Take care of your music.